Okay, now tell me why you're too sick to work, and it better be good.
Rita, I'm reliving the same day over and over. Groundhog Day, today.
Obstacles form the sinew of stories. But how do they work? What different types are there? And how should we use them? Let's find out. Welcome to Get Writing, everyone. I'm Dr. Stavros Halvatsis. Obstacles are scattered throughout a story. There are external and internal narrative events of varying strength that change the status quo of an act or the story as a whole by blocking the way to the goal, causing changes in direction. Obstacles keep readers and audiences engaged in the story. External obstacles are physical barriers of varying strength. The front door getting stuck so that the character has to climb in through a window is a smaller sort of impediment. Lava from a volcano blocking progress to safer ground is a much stronger obstacle. Being caught and imprisoned by bandits and having to come up with an escape plan in order to continue looking for a lost child sounds more like a turning point in the story. Internal obstacles, by contrast, are the character's inner weaknesses and complexes. A protagonist's paralyzing terror of heights, for example, makes his crossing of a rickety rope and wood bridge over a massive chasm far more challenging. In the best stories, internal and external obstacles are combined to make the task all the more harder, as when Indiana Jones, who is pathologically afraid of snakes, has to drop down amongst them in pursuit of his search for the lost Ark of the Covenant. Here, the snakes are both a physical threat and a psychological impediment to him. A turning point is a special kind of obstacle that forces a change in the status quo of the protagonist's ordinary world, calling on him to act in a new way, changing the established flow of the story. Typically, there are two turning points. The first occurs at the end of Act 1 and the other at the end of Act 2. A turning point then injects new information that blocks the continuation of things as they are. It forces a change in direction. It compels the protagonist to try and solve a major personal or societal problem. Turning points are the most consequential of all story-changing events. Obstacles in general, then, vary in strength. They may stop the flow of the story entirely, forcing the protagonist to restart the journey, or they may deflect or expand the story in a different direction. They may even entirely reverse the flow, resulting in a complete about-turn. What type of obstacles should you use in your stories? Well, you'll certainly use at least two turning points and then a myriad of smaller obstacles in all of the three acts, which can be grouped into three types. Obstacles that cause a complete reversal in the protagonist's journey are most typically found in multiform stories such as Groundhog Day, Run, Lola Run, Vantage Point, Source Code, and the like. These stories restart from the same point of origin but with different outcomes, just like in video games. Episodic, biographical, or coming-of-age stories such as Bildungsroman, a literary genre that focuses on the psychological and moral growth of the protagonist from childhood to adulthood, may end one episode in order to take up a new one in the next chapter or act. By far the most common form of obstacle is one that deflects or expands the story, adjusting the original goal or appending a new goal to it. In Unforgiven, William Money's intention of killing the man who cut up the face of a prostitute expands into killing everyone who participated in the murder of his friend Ned Logan. William Money, who has achieved his original goal and is about to ride off home, learns of his friend's murder.
Why would anybody kill Ned? Who killed him?
Little Bill.
This is an obstacle to his intention to return home. The original goal of killing the cowboys accused of cutting up the prostitute is now expanded to include an additional one. To sum it all up then, turning points are obstacles to the status quo and operate at the overall level of a story. They occur at the end of the first and second acts. Smaller obstacles within the acts are weaker in magnitude and help to create the zigzagging pattern to the flow of the story. All well-written obstacles keep readers and audiences engaged.
It's a hell of a thing, killing a man. You take away all he's got, and always ever gonna have.
Well, that's it for now. If you learned something from this video, consider hitting the like and subscribe buttons and leaving a comment to share your thoughts and to help the channel grow. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.